Now let's take up here question number 6. So this is also a 1 marker question, and it states that if y is equal to log x square by e square with base e, then d2y by dx square equals which of these options? So this is a question related to derivative, और आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर y की वैल्यू क्या दी है? y is equal to log x square upon e square with base e. So if we apply the basic rules of log, you know that log x upon y can be written as log x minus log y. Moreover, log a with base b, where a is raised to the power n, simplifies to the value n log a with base b. So if we apply both the rules here, I'll be clearly getting this as log x square with base e minus I have 2 log e with base e, and you know that log e with base e is equal to 1. So ultimately I'll be getting the value of y equal to log x square with base e minus 2. Now let's differentiate both sides with respect to x. On differentiating both sides with respect to x, it gives me dy by dx is further equal to 1 upon x square into 2x using the chain rule minus derivative of constant is equal to 0. So here you will see this will simplify to the value equal to 2 upon x. So if I'll take derivative again on both the sides, on again differentiating with respect to x, I'll get here d2y by dx square equal to derivative of 2 upon x, where this will reduce to the value minus 2 upon x square. So this is the value of d2y by dx square, and when you observe all the 4 options given here, minus 2 upon x square is present here in option D. So I get here the required answer for this question in option D, and you can clearly see here we get the correct answer, and you will get complete 1 mark for answering this question right. I hope it's clear to you. Now let's proceed to question number 7. Here we have question number 7. It states, if a die is thrown once, let A be the events that the number obtained is greater than 3. Let B be the event that the number obtained is less than 5. Then probability of getting A union B is out of these options. So proceeding with this question, here when we read again this question, event A में क्या पूछा गया आपसे? That event A contains the number obtained is greater than 3. On a die we have the number which are 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of that, in event A, the elements will be clearly greater than 3. That means it will contain 4, 5, 6. And in event B, here we are talking about the number obtained is less than 5. So out of 6, the numbers which are less than 5 are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these will be the elements of event A and event B. Now we are talking about probability of getting A union B. So if I simply talk about A union B, then probability of A union B will be equal to probability of getting A plus probability of getting B minus probability of A intersection B. So A intersection B is also found through this. Here you can clearly see probability of getting A will be simply 3 upon 6, because we have the total sample space of 6. So this is 3 upon 6. Probability of getting B is clearly 4 upon 6, and probability of getting A intersection B. Which are the common element here? Only 4. So only one element is common. So this will be 1 upon 6, and it simplifies to the value 6 upon 6, which is equal to 1. That means probability of A union B is equal to 1, the required answer. So out of the 4 options given here, you can clearly see 1 is present here in option D. So I get here the required answer for this question in option D. You can definitely mark here the required answer as option D, and you will score complete 1 mark for answering this question right. Let's proceed to question number 8. Here we have question number 8, which states ABCD is a rhombus whose diagonals intersect at E. Then EA vector plus EB vector plus EC vector plus ED vector equals which of these options? So this is also a 1 marker question. Very first, let's draw a rhombus whose diagonals intersect at E. And you know the basic property of the rhombus. Both the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at the perpendicular. So here that means EA vector will be equal to negative of EC vector, but that will be equal in magnitude. So I can write here EA vector is equal to minus of EC vector. In similar manner, here ED vector will be definitely equal to minus of EB vector, or else you can write EB vector will be equal to minus of ED vector. Now taking this case into consideration, now if I'll add these four vectors, what will happen? Here EA vector is added up to EC vector. These both will get cancelled out because you already have EA vector equal to negative of EC vector. Moreover, EB vector plus ED vector will also result the value equal to 0. So I get here that EA vector plus EB vector plus EC vector plus ED vector, the resultant here will be equal to 0 vector. So out of the four options given to me, the correct answer is found here in option A, that is 0 vector. So the required answer for this question is option A. You will get complete 1 mark for answering this question right. I hope it is clear to you. Now let's move to question number 9. Here in question number 9, it has been stated the distance of the origin 0, 0, 0 from this given plane minus 2x plus 6y minus 3z equal to minus 7 is out of these options. तो ये question है 3D geometry से. So here you need to obtain distance of origin from this given plane. So whenever we find the distance of a plane from a given point, then in that case you have to apply the formula. And what is that formula? So let's write down. Here that formula of obtaining the distance of any point, let's suppose x1, y1, z1 from the given plane ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0 is given by ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d whole upon square root of a square plus b square plus c square and modulus of that whole quantity. So here in place of x1, y1 and z1 we have 0, and this is the given plane where I'll be transposing this minus 7 constant quantity to the left hand side. So you can clearly write here the distance required is given by clearly minus 2 into 0 plus 6 into 0 minus 3 into 0 plus 7 where I have brought the constant term to the left hand side whole upon I have square root of minus 2 square plus I have 6 square plus I have minus 3 square and modulus of this whole because distance is always positive. So when you simplify this, first 3 terms become 0. In the numerator you are left with 7. In denominator you will get here 2 square 4, 6 square 36, 3 square 9. So 9 plus 36 plus 4, this simplifies to the value 49. So square root of 49 is also 7. So I'll be getting here mod of 7 upon 7. So this simplifies to the value equal to 1. So this is clearly equal to 1 unit. So this is the required answer for this question. So out of the 4 options provided to us, you can clearly see one is present here in option A. So you can clearly mark your answer as option A, which is 1 unit, and you will score complete 1 mark for answering this question right. I hope it's clear to you. Now let's proceed to our question number 10. Here in question number 10 we are talking about this graph. It states the graph of inequality जो है 2x plus 3y greater than 6 is out of these options, where option A states half plane that contains the origin, option B states half plane that neither contains the origin nor the points of this given line 2x plus 3y equal to 6, and option C states whole XOY plane excluding the points on this line 2x plus 3y equal to 6, and D states entire XOY plane. So in this case, very first we need to plot the graph of this inequality. So you can see here I have this inequality as 2x plus 3y greater than 6. So very first I will be considering the equation 2x plus 3y equal to 6, and accordingly I will obtain the points where that line will intersect x and y axis. So here I have this Cartesian plane where I have this XOY plane. In this case, here this inequality is considered. On basis of that I take the equation 2x plus 3y equal to 6, where if I'll try to figure out the point where it will intersect the x-axis, I'll get there the point as 3, 0 and the point where it will intersect the y-axis is 0, 2. These 2 points are obtained, and when you join these 2 points, you will get the straight line 2x plus 3y equal to 6. But this question is not related to the straight line, it is related to inequality. So we need to obtain the region represented by this inequality. So here I have 2x plus 3y greater than 6. This is not greater than or equal to 6. So even if you make the straight line, it will not satisfy this inequality. Here we need to make a dotted line to represent this inequality. Now the region satisfying will be definitely obtained with the help of this origin. Here origin has the coordinate 0, 0. If I substitute here x and y as 0, it will not satisfy this inequality. That means the region represented by this inequality will not contain the origin. So it will definitely be opposite to this, that will be this half plane. So this is the required half plane represented by the graph of this inequality 2x plus 3y greater than 6. Now in this case, let's come to the first option. Here it states half plane that contains the origin. Here the graph is definitely not containing the origin, so option A is definitely incorrect. Coming to option B, it states half plane that neither contains origin nor the points of this given line. So it's quite obvious it is not containing the origin nor the points of this line. Why not? Because this inequality of greater than, this is not greater than or equality. So the points lying on this line 2x plus 3y equal to 6 will not be part of graph of this given inequality. So this is totally correct. So that means we have obtained the required answer, which is option B. So you can definitely mark your required answer as option B for question number 10. Even if you want to go for the option C and D, let me tell you, here option C states whole XOY plane excluding the points on this line. Whole XOY plane cannot be considered because here this origin will be also part of that. An entire XY plane will also not be considered. So C and D are definitely incorrect. So the correct answer here is option B for question number 10, and you will score complete 1 mark for answering this correct. So here we come to end of the MCQ part of section A. Next you have 5 questions of fill in the blanks. So let's proceed to our next question.